Hello, good afternoon everybody. Is my screen visible? So you can just type in the chat window so I get the confirmation. And is my audio also audible to everybody? So you can just type in the chat window so that I will be sure. Hello. Okay, thank you. So I guess my audio and my screen, everything is working fine. So let me start today's webinar. So the topic is how to avoid the manufacturing defects while designing the plastic parts. Myself, Gaurav Harne, I am application engineer at Engineering Technique. So my today's agenda would be, I will cover few of the basic topics like what is injection molding overview, then what are the plastic material overview, what are the common defects what we come across during the injected molded parts, and how SolidWorks simulation would help you in designing better plastic parts. Finally, I will conclude with a summary and case study. So plastics are everywhere. So the mass use of plastics started in 1950s and has steadily grown ever since. Today more than 300 million tons of plastics are produced annually. The popularity of plastics is not due to its low cost, production cost, but also its numerous practical characteristics like it is low weight, it is acid resistance, and its flexibility. In addition, plastics' flexible properties encourage technological innovations, particularly in the field of medicine, then building technology, aircraft, automobile manufacturing, etc., which leads to new solutions, improvement, and comfort. Now, going ahead, I will just reiterate what is the injection mold terminology. So, we all are aware that the basic parts of the injection mold terminology are the sprue, runner, and the gate systems. So the first one, sprue, it is the passage from the nozzle of injection molding machine to the runner system. Then runner, it is the passage from end of the sprue to its cavities, from where my cavity will get filled. And gate is the actual location. It is interference between the runner system and the mold cavity. And finally comes our cavity, or what is the net shape of my plastic part. Right, so I am just reiterating all the basic terminologies. What is runner, then what is the sprue, what is the cavity, core, and gate system, etc. Why we go for injection molding? Now it is one of the very important question, and we all are aware that injection molded parts produce complex geometry in net shape. It is basically suited for high volume production from thousands to millions parts per year. Its cycle time is fast, from 3 seconds to 60 seconds. And again, it is a low cost per part. And detailed features and complex geometries can be created. So all the intricate shapes that we see in the plastics can be created. And finally, they are light, chemically resistant, they have a good strength to weight ratio, etc. So going ahead with the next set, this is my basic picture of an injection molding machine. Again, I am just reiterating the machine, just refreshing the knowledge, like the plastic pellets go in here. Then the plastic pellets are melted here where there is a feeder screw and heaters are mounted so that the plastic pellets are melted into liquid, and then it is again filled into the cavity. My ejection mold goes here and finally the plastic parts come out here. So this is a very simple process, but it involves a great deal of science and manufacturing behind it, right? Now the first stage is where the screw moves forward and fills the mold cavity. Then the second stage, also known as pack and hold, where pressure is held on the entire system to complete the mold filling to 100%, and as well as compensate the shrinkage, because whenever we take the part out of cavity, various shrinkage or warpage occur, so we have to compensate that. Then in the cooling stage, the plastic in the mold is cooled to a temperature that is safe for the part ejection. So after cooling, there will be no deformation occur because we have taken care of it during my pack or hold stage. And the last part is the ejection. Once my part is been created, it will be ejected out. Now moving ahead, why we go for the plastics? We all know plastics are lightweight, they have high strength to weight ratio, they can be customized into any net shape. Almost it is limitless design flexibility. Also chemically inert, for example, they can be used for any applications including food, chemical or medical devices, manufacturing, etc. Excellent impact strength, it is visually aesthetic. So these are few of the main advantages why we go for plastics. So as my first slide indicated, plastics are everywhere, from toys to medical devices to any storage tanks, even artificial body parts, food applications, etc. Now the plastics are basically divided into thermoplastics and thermosets. Now thermosets are the plastic which remain in their permanent solid state, right? While the thermoplastics, they can be remelted and they can be again liquefied and used. Now we talk about thermoplastics, there are two major categories like amorphous and crystalline. Now according to the applications where they are used, we have to use the particular type of the thermoplastic. Amorphous are like polycarbonate, carbonate, acrylic, polystyrene, etc. While crystalline, again the applications are different, like high density polyethylene, low density polyethylene, polypropylene, etc. Now if we take an example of our vehicle, the front the lighting assembly what we see in the front, it is made up of a plastic, while as well as we have behind lights, the casing, both are made up of plastic, but the differentiating part is what is the category. Both are having a good impact strength, like the front lights are the plastic lights, they are made up of, for example, HDPE, while the back lights, they are made up of acrylic. Both are having good impact strength, but the only difference is the front lights have to be taken care if there is a impact load coming on it, because the vehicle moves at a very high speed. So if there are any impacts coming on the light assembly plastic, so it has to be taken care of. So depending on the applications, we bifurcate whether it is amorphous or crystalline. These are few of the more properties differentiating what are amorphous and crystalline, like what are the optical, whether it is transparent or translucent, the light transmission, chemical resistance, shrinkage, what is the coefficient of friction, whether it is tough or brittle, etc. So all these are the differentiating points of the two categories of thermoplastics. Correct. So now moving ahead with the next set, what I have created, the effects of design or material change. So what will happen if you increase the wall thickness, decrease the wall thickness, right? Increase the flow length into your injection mold or decrease it. So what are the effects what will be coming on your final net product? Correct. So again, this is a good slide that you can have, like if you add more gates, the weld lines increase, but the pressure required to fill will decrease. Then if you add any reinforcements like glass fiber or carbon fibers, etc., so the pressure required to fill will go up. Correct. So these are few of the effects what will come when you change the material design, part or mold, etc. Now coming back to the important topic, like why or what is importance if we use softwares, right, like SolidWorks Plastics into our ejection molding process. We all are aware of the common defects in ejection molded parts like warpage. So it is called, also known as uneven shrinkage are occurring in my part due to the warpage. Then there are few more defects like air traps, bubbles or voids are created inside my part. Then there are sink marks, right? So there is a depression in my model, right? So these are few of the defects, what some of the important defects, like there will be also weld lines coming up in my model where the two flow fronts meet with each other again. Then there also can be short where my cavity is not getting completely filled. So the final product outcome is a very defective one. So likewise, jetting is also one of the defects, etc. So I have just highlighted few of the important defects which we have to avoid while we create a part using ejection molding. Now there are few unanswered questions like, is it manufacturable? Then what is the best gate location, right? Where are the weld lines, air traps, how many mold revisions? So whenever we create any product that is to be manufactured by injection mold, we actually have the first shot from the machine, we check the quality, right? We again change few parameters, then again have the second shot, again check the final product. Likewise, the process goes on till we get the desired plastic part from the ejection machine, right? So these are few of the unanswered questions, like what about the cost of various revisions, what is the rejection rate, etc. How about the quality? Now coming back to my important part, that is using simulations to design better plastic parts. So what all things what I have just till now mentioned can all be corrected or they can be rectified using this SolidWorks Plastics. So it delivers easy to use simulation for analyzing plastic parts, and it simulates how melted plastic flows during the ejection molding process to predict manufacturing related defects. So you can quickly evaluate part manufacturability while you design. Now I will come back to SolidWorks. So SolidWorks is a great tool which is having part assembly 2D drawing included in it. So this my model is created using SolidWorks. Now let me elaborate the model. So it is a smoke detector, smoke alarm. Correct. So the casing and the bottom casing are the two parts. Those are made up of plastics. Also within which there are few more electrical components, right? Like there are various PCBs, right? Then there are various hooks available to hold the parts within its place. Then there is grooves available. So it is completely made use by SolidWorks CAD tool, keeping in mind all the parts in it, those are correctly assembled. Correct? Now if I go to my top casing, so let me open the top casing. Now this is the part which I am right now dealing to be manufactured by ejection molding machine. Right, so we can see over here there are various intricate shapes, as well as there are few text written on it. Also we can see different holes are also available right over here at the center. Right, now let us go on to the plastics. So we are having these various add-ons available. So apart from part features, then the sketch 2D features, 3D features, even assembly features, we have different add-ins available. Like simulation, if a person is concerned about FE analysis, right, so that thing can be accompanied. Even CFD is available, so as well as plastics, which is dedicated tool for ejection molded parts. So let me go on and select the plastics. So over here you can create your studies, right? So beforehand I have created few studies, so let me just go ahead and showcase you the different parameters that I have used to check this model whether it is fit to be manufactured by ejection molding method. So simultaneously you can create various studies in which there would be various parameters, like by changing the material, by changing the thickness, by changing the gate location, etc. So over here in this model we are also having the material database of plastics, which is dedicated database for polymer, in which you can bifurcate using different parameters. Like if you want to bifurcate your material using family, whether it is ABS or PP, etc., or any other material, right? So this is inbuilt material library. You can also bifurcate using company. So which company you are using the material, for example 3M, right, or for example it is BASF, right? So there are various companies also listed, so you can use the material, as well as you can create your own custom material by inputting all the plastic parameters, right? Like what is the melt temperature, then what is the density, what is the specific heat, etc. So from the material database or the material sheet of the plastic, you will get all this information and you can create your custom material also. Correct? Even you can import the materials from the website Materiality. So it is a very extensive database of material available online also. So once your material is created, is been applied, you can also browse for the mold. Again, there are various mold materials available, aluminium, steel, etc. So you can select it accordingly. Correct? So once all the material and your mold parameters are given, the important step comes is defining the process parameters. Like in this case, you can define it by specifying what will be the filling time, what is the melt temperature, that is the temperature of plastic, mold temperature, what is the ejection pressure limit, what is the clamping force in ton, right? So this ejection pressure limit is nothing but the maximum pressure what your ejection machine is capable of, right? So depending on those parameters, you can input all the values over here, right? Then you can also state the parameters for pack stage. So once the cavity is filled, we actually keep the pressure on for a few seconds. So you can specify what will be the pressure holding time as well as the cooling time. So these are all the parameters that you can set to check your product. Now the next thing is you can specify where your ejection location would be, or where the plastic would be entering, right? So over here you can add the location, you can specify the diameter, right? Even you can specify not only one but different gate location if it is a multi-gate system, right? So you can specify multiple gates also, and then specify the next parameters, right? So I'll just come back to my next configuration. So I have created the next study. Yes. So SolidWorks is having this good functionality of creating configurations also. So in a single model, you are capable of having different configurations of different sizes, etc. Now let me highlight you the results. Correct. So this is my results, in which we can see that the part is not getting completely filled. There is a short occurring over here, right? So there may be various reasons, either by changing the material, either by changing the thickness, right? Either by changing the gate location, I would be able to achieve the full filling in the cavity, right? So right now, if you look closely, the thickness what I have provided here. So I will just highlight you the thickness. So thickness is right now 1 mm, right? So what if I change the thickness, maybe increase it or decrease it, and then check whether it is capable of completely filling the cavity or not? So there are various questions which would come up in your mind while designing the part, right? Now like I have increased the thickness from 1 mm to 2.5 mm over here, right? And I have just cloned the study, that is copied the study, and I have just run it. So now I am able to check whether it is able to completely fill the cavity or not. So now it is showing that it is now completely filling the cavity. So with this good visual interpretation, you will be able to know how the flow is occurring in your model, right? Also, there are various parameters what you can check, like where the weld lines are coming in the model, right? Then where the air traps are coming. So it will help you in predicting the best parameters for your ejection molded parts. As well as there are few more results available. What is the pressure at the end of the fill, right? As well as what is the sink marks are occurring or not, what is the cooling time, right? So there are all these results are available. What is the volumetric shrinkage occurring? So keeping in mind all these results, the next part that you design would help you to eradicate the failures, right? Now let me go ahead by changing the gate location. So over here, my gate location was different. Now let me change it to another configurations. Yes. So with this all different parameters what you set by changing the dimension of your model, or by changing the pressure, by changing the gate location, you would be able to achieve what is the desired product without any defects. Now my gate location I have placed over here, right? And then you can check the results, whether it is satisfying all your conditions or not. Now, if you look closely, the material that I had chosen previously in my study, So it was a generic material of PC. Now what if I change the material? Would there be any effect? So now I have just cloned the study and I will just change the material from PC to ABS plus PC material. Right? So there are these various factors what you can have while designing your ejection mold. Right? Now over here I have changed my material to ABS plus PC. Again you can check the results. Correct. Also what I have done in this, I have kept this for the pack stage. I have held the pressure for some period of time. So after pack stage, what will be the pressure, what will be the temperatures, right? What will be the volumetric shrinkage after the packing stage? That thing also can be checked. What are the residual stresses, right? What are the shear stresses at the end of packing? Correct? Now, if you recall that this smoke alarm were having two parts, one was the bottom casing and one was the top casing, right? So if you want to manufacture your part using a family mold, right? Likewise I have created here. So most of the injection molding machines can be taken care in the family mold also, in which the manufacturing rate would be very high as compared to the single cavity. So in this family mold also you can specify this runner systems, right? So what will be the diameters and of this nozzle, maximum diameter, minimum diameter. I have specified the runner system also. The ejection location is specified at this top location, right? And then you can check how these 4 cavities would be getting filled using the different parameters. Now if you look closely, the top casings are getting completely filled as compared to the bottom casing, right? So there is uneven feeling of plastic occurring in the cavity, which is also a defect. We need to be sure that all the 4 cavities get filled in the same amount of time, right? So for that we are having an option of runner balancing also, in which you can actually balance the runner system so that all the cavities get filled with the same amount of time, right? So there will be no uneven feeling of the cavity. So this is one of the good tool which most of the SolidWorks plastics users are very much using it. So the SolidWorks plastics is having an inbuilt intelligence in which all the 4 cavities, it will make sure that they are filling in the same amount of time. With the help of the runner balancing system over here, it will increase and decrease the runners. So you just have to put into this parameter what is the maximum diameter, minimum diameter. Same goes for inlets, and after calculation SolidWorks will define to fill all the 4 cavities in the equal amount of time what will be the diameter of the nozzles, right? So once this is done, it will try to fill all the 4 cavities in the equal amount of time. Right? So it has increased the diameter at the area where it was taking time to fill, if you look closely over here. So these are the 2 cavities which are having smaller volume than these 2 cavities which are top casing. So it will intelligently define what will be the nozzle diameter so that those are filled in the same amount of time. Correct? Now again going ahead to the next set, we are also having the option, if you want to check the volumetric shrinkage. Warpage is one of the biggest headache to most of the injection molded parts manufacturers, to avoid warpage, right? So you can even check for the warpage, in which direction the warpage is occurring. According to the placement of your ejection mold, what will be the gravity location, right? So whether your plastic mold is kept in this location or it is kept like this. So depending on the location, depending on the gravity, it will decide what is the warpage. Okay, so over here you can see that the warpage is occurring, which is of 1.7 mm in this area. So let me just exaggerate the deformation scale so that it is easily visible for you, and then you can check with all the set parameters like the ejection location, right? Then the material, the thickness. Depending on all these parameters, the warpage is coming. So how to eradicate it? So you can follow various parameters like changing the material, changing the ejection location. So it is very difficult to do it each and every time practically. It is time consuming and it is not that cost effective. So all those iterations you can perform it into the SolidWorks plastics and then come to a conclusion to what is the best parameter to get the product without any failure, right? Even you can have the warpage at different direction. In X direction it is coming up 1.6 mm over here, likewise Y, Z, and this is my resultant warpage, correct? So again, coming back to the presentation, what are the benefits of this SolidWorks plastic tool? You can cover wide range of ejection molding process, right? Then predict manufacturing related defects on parts and molds at a very early stage of design. So whenever you design your part in SolidWorks, right, you can also check its manufacturability in SolidWorks plastics. Gate design, you can even have the gate design done in SolidWorks plastics. Runner design, even cooling system design can be done. So I will come back to my model. So over here I'll just activate my cavity. So this is my cavity, this is my mold, and these are my cooling channels, right? If we talk about any ejection machine, the cooling channels also play a very vital role. So over here you can even take care of all the cooling channels. So let me just open the setting. Yes, so you can specify, like over here there are 1, 2, 3 and 4 pipes what I have created, and you can specify what is the coolant, right, and what is the initial temperature. Even you can specify the flow rate, what is the flow rate of it to extract the heat coming up from your mold, correct? So even you can take care of all this in it, correct? If I open my coolant database, so it is same as I have shown you for plastic. For mold, you can even create your custom coolant if it is not available in the standard database, right? Now let me highlight you the cool results. Let me just hide the mold and the cavities. Yes. So if you talk about the results in the cooling pipe, so what is the temperature, right? What is the heat flux? So all these things can also be checked over here. So you can avoid expensive mold rework and check your design in SolidWorks, which will save your time while you manufacture the product from injection molded machine. And of course, you can reduce the time to market and reduce the material wastage, resulting in healthy environment. So one case study that I'd like to mention is the Embix Consulting LLC, which is using the software because the challenge that they face was to streamline the complex injection mold development to improve manufacturability, shorten the development time, and reduce the cost. So they implemented the SolidWorks plastic injection mold filling software and they achieved good benefits like the 95% first shot success on molds. So usually we take various first shot from the machine and check whether there are any defects or not, right? So that thing can be reduced. Instead of 4, 5 or 6 first shots, you can depend on the 1 or 2 first shots and check whether your part is okay or not, right? So finally, I like to say maintain personal hygiene, be vigilant and optimistic in this situation that we are facing right now. So, and you can also visit our site and reach out to us on the number which is provided, as well as on the email marketing@enggtechnique.com, as well as you can go to our website to check the different products of SolidWorks which we are offering. So if you have any questions, I am open for the answers. So you can type in the chat window if you have any questions. So there is an option for chatting, so you can type in the questions, or else you can also mail it to us